Hey, and this is Chad, and this is Chef Rant. So today we're going to be talking. It's not talking. This is a rant on pork belly and bacon. Kind of one and the same, right? So, one, man, it needs to. There's nothing wrong with pork belly. It's works beautifully when used appropriately. But god damn, guys, it's got to stop being used in everything. And so let's start with bacon, right? Obviously a product of pork belly, and bacon, for some reason, people want to put it on everything. There's no need for it. I mean, first, especially in a restaurant, once you cook bacon, it will never be as good as it is right out of the oven. So unless you're cooking it to order, which I really doubt you're doing, there's no point to it. And then so you take this bacon and then you drain off all the fat, which is where all the flavor is. And now you end up with just like these little meat shards, like crispy shards of flavorless salt. I mean, it's just salt. I mean, in the smoke, you kind of get some smoke out of it, but it's pretty artificial since most pork belly out there is just smoked, so to speak, with liquid smoke. But it doesn't do anything. I mean, it is seriously flavorless. When you put it on a burger, like bacon burger, I mean, you're paying more for it. It costs you a lot more to put it on there, but you don't actually get anything out of it. And I don't understand why people have to, what this big thing about bacon burgers are. I really don't. I don't get it. I mean, it adds nothing to it. Bacon is not really a luxury item. I mean, fuck, with the price of it right now, it kind of is. But there's nothing special about it. So, and it doesn't like have this some mind-blowing experience edition. That didn't make sense, but it doesn't do anything. You know, it is not special enough to really jump out at you and be like, fuck yeah, this is worth it. You know, the only time I can really justify doing bacon on any kind of sandwich is a BLT, because it's a thicker cut of bacon, and it's just, you know, a good bacon, lettuce, some kick-ass fine ripe tomatoes, and then a good mayonnaise, right? And then that's it. All those elements really stand alone, and it works. But for the rest of that, no, don't get it. Moving on. And then pork belly. Oh, man. Pork belly. So the thing now is to pork belly burnt ends. Okay. Okay. Listen, taking a piece of meat and coating it in equal portions of, or it's actually like 2-to-1. So for every pound of pork belly, you need like 2 pounds of sugar, and then like a cup of barbecue sauce or something. And you then quote unquote smoke it, which you might as well just throw it in a pot and simmer it. And then it's like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. It's like, dude, it's just candied pork belly. And it's just so sickeningly sweet, and everybody is just raving about it. And it just seems to be one of those, it came up in popularity a few years ago. And I've just been waiting for it to kind of go away and die off, but it's not. There's already enough sugar in the barbecue sauces that we use. We don't need to add another 4 or 5 pounds of like brown sugar to barbecue sauce to just let these things simmer in. I mean, it's pork belly simmered in barbecue sauce flavored caramel. And that's it, right? I mean, there's other things people are doing with pork belly that are starting to annoy me too, but that's a whole nother story. But right now, seriously, lay off the pork belly, lay off the burnt ends, right? If you've got a true purpose of pork belly where it's going as an accompaniment to something, great, makes sense. As a standalone, it really should not be. Unless it's very small portions. And there's a lot going on to it, like the pork belly buns, the Chinese buns or something, where that's it. I mean, there's very few exceptions. Okay, so lay off the fucking pork belly.